Ever wondered what separates the truly great from everyone else? Is it luck? Is it talent? Or is it something deeper? When you look at visionaries like Elon Musk, Steve Jobs, or Jeff Bezos, you realize their success wasn't just about building companies. It was about building a different way of thinking. They believed they could change the world, and so they did. Their thoughts shaped their reality. This isn't just some abstract idea, it's a fundamental principle of life. And today, I want to share a powerful story that illustrates this perfectly. It's a story about a beggar, a simple lesson, and a life-changing transformation. Imagine a beggar sitting on a street corner day after day, his hand outstretched, waiting for kindness from strangers. He'd been doing this for years, and his life was a cycle of dependency and despair. He believed he had nothing, and so he received very little. One day, a successful entrepreneur walked past. The beggar, as usual, asked for money. The entrepreneur stopped, looked him in the eye, and said something unexpected. He said, "I'd like to give you something, but you have to give me something in return. It's the law of business, an exchange." The beggar was confused. He replied, "But I have nothing to give. If I had something, I wouldn't be sitting here begging." The entrepreneur smiled and said, "Think about it. I'll be back in a week." He then dropped a few coins into the beggar's cup and walked away. Those words echoed in the beggar's mind for the entire week. If you have nothing to give, you have no right to ask for anything. He started observing the world around him with new eyes. He noticed the beautiful wildflowers growing in a nearby park. An idea sparked. The next day, instead of just sitting there with an empty hand, he picked a small bunch of those wildflowers. When someone dropped a coin into his cup, he handed them a flower. The reaction was immediate. People were surprised. Then they smiled. He noticed they started giving him more money than before. A simple flower, something he thought was worthless, was creating a connection. He wasn't just taking anymore. He was giving. This small change had a profound impact. He realized why people hadn't given him much before. It was because he offered nothing in return. He only had a mindset of taking, of scarcity. He believed he was worthless, so the world treated him that way. The moment he started giving, even something as simple as a flower, the dynamic shifted. He was creating value, however small. To receive, you must first give. It's a universal law that he was now experiencing firsthand. He continued this every day. He would pick fresh flowers and offer them to anyone who gave him money. His daily income grew steadily. He no longer felt like a helpless victim. He was engaged in a transaction. He was providing something that brought a moment of beauty and surprise to people's lives, and they were compensating him for it. This was a business. One day, the same entrepreneur walked by again. The beggar, now with a small bucket of flowers beside him, recognized him instantly. He didn't ask for money. Instead, he proudly held out a beautiful bouquet and said, "These are for you. Thank you for the lesson you taught me. I want to give you these for free." The entrepreneur was impressed. He accepted the flowers and said, "You finally understood. You see, you were never just a beggar. You were always a businessman. You just didn't see it." The beggar was stunned. A businessman. He'd always seen himself as the lowest of the low. But the entrepreneur continued, "You're trading your product, the flowers, for money. You're creating value. That makes you an entrepreneur." The beggar looked at his flowers, at the people smiling as they received them, and then back at the entrepreneur. For the first time, he saw himself not as a beggar, but as a flower seller, a trader. This shift in identity was the real turning point. It wasn't just about the flowers anymore. It was about who he believed he was. With this newfound self-perception, his confidence soared. He stopped thinking about what he lacked and started thinking about how he could grow. He began to save his money, and soon, he had enough to buy flowers from a wholesale market, instead of just picking them from the park. This allowed him to offer a wider variety and better quality. 6 months later, the man was no longer on the street corner. He had saved enough to rent a small kiosk. He was now the proud owner of a small but thriving flower shop. His business grew, and he even hired someone to help him. The man who once believed he had nothing to give was now creating opportunities for others. He had completely transformed his life, all because he changed the way he saw himself. When he looked back, he understood the most important lesson of all. We only receive when we give. He also realized something even more profound. I was an entrepreneur from the very beginning. I just needed to see myself that way. His circumstances didn't change first. His mindset did. He stopped identifying as a beggar and started identifying as a businessman, and the world responded accordingly. This story isn't just about a beggar and some flowers. It's about you. It's about me. It's about the labels we put on ourselves. How do you see yourself? Do you see your limitations, or do you see your potential? Life is a mirror. It reflects back to us the image we hold of ourselves. If you see yourself as someone who is lacking, who is not good enough, who has nothing to offer, the world will confirm that belief. But if you start to see the value within you, if you recognize that you have something unique to give, your time, your skills, your kindness, your ideas, then your reality will begin to shift. You are the author of your own story. The thoughts you think and the beliefs you hold are the ink with which you write your future. Don't limit yourself by a title or a past failure. Your past does not define your future unless you let it. You have immense potential waiting to be unlocked. Just like the beggar, you might have resources and talents you're overlooking simply because you've never thought to use them. So, I ask you again, who are you? What is the story you tell yourself every day? Start seeing yourself as the creator, the entrepreneur, the leader of your own life. Start focusing on what you can give, not just what you can get. Because when your thoughts change, your actions change. When your actions change, your results change. And when your results change, your entire life changes. The future is not something that happens to you. It's something you create, one thought at a time. Thank you so much for watching. If this story resonated with you, please hit that like button and subscribe for more content that can help you transform your life from the inside out. Share this video with someone who might need to hear this message today. Remember, your greatest asset is your mindset. Change your thoughts and you will change your world. Until next time.